My wife's so-called self-care routine turned out to be an affair with her personal trainer. She said it was a mistake and promised to stop, but I discovered she was still in contact with him. So I decided to divorce her, but now she demands equal custody and half of my retirement savings. I'm Bobby, 39M, and I've been married to Melissa, 35F, for 11 years. We met during our sophomore year of college when we were paired up for a group project in our economics class. I remember being immediately drawn to her quick wit and infectious laugh. We started studying together regularly, which eventually led to coffee dates and then real dates. By the time we graduated, we were already talking about our future together. After college, we both landed entry-level jobs in our fields, me in accounting and Melissa in marketing. We lived in a tiny apartment, ate a lot of ramen, and saved every penny we could. Those early years were tough but exciting. We were building our careers and our life together from the ground up. We got married 3 years after graduation in a small ceremony surrounded by family and close friends. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was perfect for us. We honeymooned in Costa Rica, spending a week exploring rainforests and lounging on beaches. It was during that trip that we first seriously discussed having children. Fast forward a couple of years, and we welcomed our son, Ethan, into the world. Becoming parents was a huge adjustment, but we tackled it as a team. Melissa took a few months of maternity leave, and I used all my vacation time to be home with him. Those sleepless nights and endless diaper changes brought us closer than ever. When Ethan was 2, we decided to try for another baby. It took a little longer this time, but eventually, our daughter Sophia was born. Melissa had a harder time with the pregnancy and delivery this time around. She developed gestational diabetes and had to have an emergency C-section. The recovery was tough on her both physically and emotionally. After Sophia was born, Melissa struggled with postpartum depression. It was hard to watch my usually vibrant wife become withdrawn and anxious. She saw a therapist for a while which helped, but still felt like she needed to do more for her mental health. I did my best to support her, taking on more of the household and childcare responsibilities to give her time to rest and recover. Throughout all of this, our careers continued to progress. I made partner at my accounting firm, which came with longer hours but also a significant pay increase. Melissa climbed the ranks in her marketing agency, eventually becoming a senior account manager. We were both proud of our professional achievements, but it did mean we had less time for each other. About 8 months ago, Melissa told me she wanted to start a self-care routine to help manage stress and feel better about herself. She talked about how she never quite lost the baby weight after Sophia and wanted to get back in shape. I was fully supportive. I knew how hard she'd been on herself and thought this could be great for her confidence. Melissa signed up for a gym membership and started going 3 to 4 times a week after work. I even encouraged her to splurge on some new workout clothes. She seemed happier and more energized, so I thought it was great. I offered to join her a few times, but she said she preferred to go alone as it was her me time. At first, she would get home around 7:30 p.m. after her workouts. But over time, she started getting home later and later. When I asked about it, she said she was taking some fitness classes and then chatting with gym friends afterwards. I didn't think much of it since she was in such a good mood. Looking back, I should have noticed the changes sooner. Melissa started being more protective of her phone, always keeping it face down or taking it with her even just to go to the bathroom. She was spending more money than usual but got defensive when I asked about it. Our intimate life, which had always been pretty good despite the stress of work and kids, became almost non-existent. I started to get suspicious but didn't want to jump to conclusions. I casually asked if she wanted me to join her at the gym sometime, thinking maybe we could turn it into a couple's activity. But she quickly shot that idea down saying it was her thing. That's when alarm bells really started going off for me. Last week, I decided to stop by the gym after work to surprise her. I figured I'd see her in a class or working out and could suggest we grab dinner after. When I got there, I didn't see her anywhere. I asked the front desk about the class schedule, but they said there were no classes that evening. My heart sank. I called Melissa's phone but it went straight to voicemail. I drove home feeling sick to my stomach. When she finally got home around 9 p.m., she was surprised to see me there. I confronted her about where she'd been and she stumbled through some excuses about running errands. I couldn't take it anymore and flat out asked if she was having an affair. She broke down crying and admitted she'd been seeing her personal trainer, Charlie, 31M, for the past 3 months. Apparently it started innocently with some flirting, but quickly escalated to a full-blown affair. They'd been meeting at his apartment several times a week under the guise of training sessions. I was completely blindsided and devastated. We've barely spoken in the past week except to coordinate schedules with the kids. Melissa says she wants to work things out, but I don't know if I can ever trust her again. She betrayed me and our family for months. The hardest part has been pretending everything is normal for the kids. Ethan is old enough to sense that something is wrong, and he's been asking why mommy and daddy aren't talking much. Sophia is too young to understand, but she's been extra clingy lately, as if she can feel the tension in the house. I'm meeting with a divorce lawyer next week to understand my options. Part of me still loves Melissa and wants to believe we can work through this. We've been through so much together, college, starting our careers, becoming parents. But another part of me is so angry and hurt that I don't know if I can ever look at her the same way again. I haven't told anyone else what's going on yet. Our families don't know, our friends don't know. I'm afraid if I start talking about it, it will make everything feel too real. But I also feel like I'm going to explode if I don't tell someone soon. I'm struggling to keep it together for our kids right now. I've been throwing myself into work and spending extra time playing with Ethan and Sophia to keep my mind off things. But at night, when the house is quiet and I'm alone with my thoughts, that's when it really hits me. I don't know if I should give her another chance or if it's time to walk away from our marriage. On one hand, we have so much history together and 2 beautiful children. On the other hand, how can I ever trust her again after months of lying and sneaking around? Update 1. It's been about a month since I found out about Melissa's affair and I wanted to give an update on the situation. A lot has happened and I'm still trying to process everything.